What is going on, guys? Welcome to another T Sunday vlog. And as much as I complain about Florida sometimes, you know, with the crazy drivers and traffic and stuff like that, it's days like this that's just amazing. It's just a beautiful day to go out riding. Granted, I'm going out riding to work, but you know, it's not too hot, not too cold. Some storm clouds, but hopefully I beat those. So if you guys ever have a chance, move to Orlando. Except during the rainy seasons. Don't do that. That sucks. Especially when the only vehicle you have is a motorcycle. But anyways, guys, how you guys doing? You doing good? Great. Well, Jimmy got into varsity basketball. That's great to hear. I'm proud of him. I don't know, guys. I'm in a weird mood. I actually woke up pretty decently today, and yeah, so kind of into it today. I actually wanted to go to work. Gas, what? But anyways, so I do have a little bit of a topic today, and before I start, I like to give a big shout out to my new Moto Vlogger Network Facebook page, guys, who helped me with this topic. You guys were absolutely awesome. I posted this topic on the page, asked you guys to discuss it, respond to it, you know, whatever. And I got more than what I thought I'd get, and I appreciate it, guys. You gave me a lot to think about, a lot to talk about. And also, excuse the sniffles. I don't know why, but I woke up with sniffles this morning, and I hope it doesn't mean I am getting sick, which would really suck. So, yeah. So today's topic is going to be about motorcycle stereotypes. How we're going to discuss this is why I decided to come up with this topic. What event happened that made me think of this topic? And most of the times when I think of topics, it's because I had something happen to me that I thought was kind of messed up. We're going to talk about what type of different stereotypes there are, and what we can do to fix the stereotype. So let's begin with why I decided to choose this. There was a day, probably about a week ago, that I was chilling out in McDonald's, and I was just, you know, chilling out in the AC, because, you know, Florida is hot as hell, and a boy probably had to be no more than 15, 16, walked up to me, pimply face and everything, Jew-fro, and said, "I bet you I know why you have that camera on your helmet." I'm like, okay, why? He said, "Because you know about the no chase law and you've recorded." I said, "No chase law? I don't know what that is." And he explains to me that the no chase law is if a police officer is to try to pull you over and you ran, they cannot chase you. Now, this kind of made me a little bit upset because, you know, I don't run from cops. If I get pulled over, I get pulled over. You know, my bike is legal. Everything I do is legal. I'm not going to get a ticket unless, you know, I'm an idiot one day and decide to speed, which I do every once in a while. But I then told him, you know, I don't do that stuff. I think that's dumb. You know, I follow laws. It's, you know, running from a cop is stupid, and eventually, you know, whether or not you run and get away, they're still going to catch you. And he said, "Oh, you're not the stereotypical crotch rocket rider." And that just kind of made me a little iffy, because I'm like, okay, so what's a stereotypical crotch rocket rider? And I just got really confused by it, I guess. After this event happened, like I said, I posted this topic on Facebook, and I was originally just going to talk about, you know, stereotypical crotch rocket riders. But then I started getting feedback from the group that I'm part of, and, you know, I got Harley riders telling me about, you know, stereotypes they go through. I've even heard a couple of super motard guys, you know, talking about other stereotypes they go through, and even scooter guys go through stereotypes. So what type of stereotypes are there out there? Well, one stereotype I specifically deal with on a daily basis is this. I'm 25 years old. I'm relatively young. I own an R1. So, instantly people think I go 150 miles an hour everywhere. I weave in and out of traffic. I split lanes. I do wheelies. I do all that type of stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bust that myth right now. I don't go 150 everywhere. I go the speed limit relatively, or 5 over. Yes, there are times when either A, I'm trying to get away from a car that was being stupid. Like if I had a car that was tailgating me, I'll twist the throttle a little more. Or if, I'm just having fun and sometimes my throttle hand decides to go a little bit farther than what I thought it should. So, there are times I'm stupid. But I don't do it everywhere. I'll do it on a highway, when there's absolutely nobody on the highway. But I will never, ever, ever do it on a public road like this. Or a public road. All roads are really public. On a road like this, where, speed limit is 35 miles an hour and there are sidewalks and stuff like that. So, there's that, the speed aspect. Yes, you buy a sport bike for the speed. However, I will go to a track to deal with speed. If I want my bike to be, if I want to push my bike as fast as I want to, I go to a track. There's a track about 3 hours away. I'd rather go to that than do it on the road. The next stereotype is I weave in and out of traffic. I don't say I weave in and out of traffic. There are times, yes, I maneuver through traffic because I feel very, very uneasy when I'm between cars or I'm just near a bunch of cars. I feel really uneasy. So I like to try to maneuver my way around them so I can get up front. I don't split lanes. I don't cut in front of people. I make sure I'm at a safe distance when I do it. But I just feel more comfortable getting around the cars than I do being near them, I know a lot of people probably feel the same way. They rather be at the front of the pack than in the middle of the pack. And I was the same way when I drove cars. I hated being near a bunch of people driving. It scares me because I don't know what they're going to do. And I do wheelies all the time. That is not true. I actually don't even know how to do a wheelie on this bike. I have tried to practice. There's not a lot of practice spots around here, so I can't really practice, but no, I don't even know how to do a wheelie on this bike. I knew how to do wheelies on my other bike, which was a little CBR 600RR, but I can't even wheelie this bike. And then for all you guys who are going to leave comments, well, you do this, and I know how to do it, it's just I don't have the feel for it yet. I can pop the front wheel up every once in a while, but since I can't practice as much as I want to, I can't really get it every single time. But yeah, all those stereotypes is something that I want to break. Yes, I'm young, yes, I ride a sport bike, but that doesn't mean I do all those things. And then, I heard a couple Harley riders talking the other day, and, these guys are older guys, and, they wear leather vests or leather jackets and chaps and all that stuff. They got the old rugged beards and gray hair and stuff like that, but does that mean they're in a biker gang? I feel like a lot of people think, Harley riders who wear leather and stuff like that, they're all in a biker gang. No, they're not. And even if they are, it's not a gang, it's a group. Most motorcycle clubs are not gangs. They actually do good for their community. I did some little research on some motorcycle actual gangs. And, of course, the most famous motorcycle gang is the Hells Angels. Even though the Hells Angels did all the terrible things that they did do, they also tried to help. They tried to help their community flourish and do things that, would help other people. Yes, they were also helping themselves by, dealing drugs and possibly weapons and murdering other people, but they still try to help the whole community. A good example of really to see how the Hells Angels were is just watch Sons of Anarchy. They're basically trying to be the Hells Angels. That's what they're trying to portray there. They worry about their community. They want to see their community flourish and grow. But then again, they have their own agenda as well. But, there are some amazing motorcycle clubs out there that do very, very good things for their community. For example, there is a motorcycle club called BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. And I've been following those guys on Facebook for the longest time, and there's other groups just like it, but they basically help abused children go to court dates, stuff like that. They come by if the kid feels threatened or something like that with their guardians that they're living with. They'll come over and protect them. And one thing I was watching, which I really thought was amazing, two little boys who had a court date, and apparently it was an abusive situation with both their parents, and they actually took the little boy in a full-on biker rally to the court hearing, sat with them while they were on the stand, and protected these kids. It was a beautiful thing to watch. It really was. I'm really big on kids. I really think our future is up to our kids, and it generally is. And when I see a biker group that's willing to help children, that really hits me. I really like that. So motorcycle organizations, they're not all bad. I'd say probably about 80% of them are criminal minded. I'm sorry, did I say 80% of them are criminal minded? I meant 20% of them are criminal minded. I don't even think really that. I think a lot of motorcycle MCs have good intentions. So that's just another big stereotype that people get. And of course, shows like Sons of Anarchy and some of the older biker movies doesn't help the stereotype. And there's other movies that don't help other stereotypes as well. So, it's how much you pay attention to the media and stuff like that. We can't always go by what that says. So, the final little bullets on this presentation, I can't talk. Last thing that we need to talk about is how we can change this. Now, I'm going to be a little negative Nancy here for a second. Stereotypes are always going to be around, no matter what. It doesn't matter if if we try to change the whole entire thinking of the motorcycle community. They are always going to be around, and yes, that sucks. But my goal in this video is this. If I can change at least... What was that? I don't know if you guys heard that. Somebody locked up the brakes. That scared the shit out of me. I hate that. I hate hearing sounds like that. It just freaks me out. Anyways, alright, let's get back on track. If I can just change one kid's mind or one new rider's mind on how to ride, then I've accomplished my goal in this video. And how can we do it? We can do it by educating our new riders on how to properly ride. that is the 100% best thing to do. Making sure these kids know how to ride. I'll give you a good example on how we can educate them. A couple, I'd like to say, months ago, I was riding with a group of 3 other guys. 3 of us were riding perfectly. You know, we were doing everything we were supposed to do. We were in a staggered pattern. Every once in a while, we would gun it just to be stupid, but you know, we weren't riding dumb like a lot of people do. But we had the one guy who was being stupid, and it ruined it for us all. We ended up getting pulled over because of the one guy. And that just ruins your whole entire ride when you get pulled over. What is all this freaking sounds that are going on today? And you know, we basically told the guy after we got pulled over, listen, you need to stop doing this or you're not going to ride with us anymore. We've gone on other rides with the guy and he's been great. He hasn't done any wheelies. He hasn't been stupid, weaving in traffic, blast by us. You know, he's been all right. So, you know, educating is the best. You know, for you guys who have younger riders in your household or that like to look up to you and stuff, you know, have them go take a MSF course or get that little extra training, a little extra practice in, you know, on their bike. You know, maybe take them out to a track day. I know one of the good things about track days is you get to learn your bike really well. How far you're willing to go on your bike. You learn your limits on a track day. You know, it's something that's good. Plus, you also get the I'm going 150 miles an hour out of your system. So, track days are amazing. I suggest them highly. If you have the means to, go to a track day. Go to some extra training courses. I know a lot of kids go through the first little course to be able to get their license, but then don't follow up with any other courses. Go to those other courses. It's a great idea to do it. You get that extra bit of training, the extra bit of way to think on your motorcycle. And you know, that stuff sticks with you. Now, I'm not going to say I'm 100% best rider in the world. I am not. I make mistakes like a mofo. Even though I've been riding since I was 18, but I'm 25 now, that's what, I can't do freaking math, 7 years. I still make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes, regardless. You got guys who've been riding for 25 years and they still make mistakes. So, getting that extra little training, that extra little bit, being comfortable with your bike, that's the best thing to do to teach these kids how to ride properly. So, everything with that being said, guys, if you also disagree with me, I know there's guys out there that say, you know, oh, if you buy a bike like this, you just want to go fast. You don't want to cruise, or, you know, there's no point having this bike if you don't go 100 miles an hour all the time. There are guys like that. I had a guy the other day saying, well, I run from cops all the time. It's fun. That's your guys' opinion. All this stuff is my opinion. This is how I feel. But I like to let you guys know you're furthering the stereotype. You're furthering what some of us are trying to stop. So, with that all being said, guys, I hope it's not too long. It probably is, but I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.